Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I made it back online in time to get the juniors going. We are now in the start sequence. We're going to get racing. Shina Guras leading the way with Deacon Willie right next to him. We are lights out and away we go. First start of the race. Juniors pre-final. Shina Gura getting a good start with Ruan Victor on the inside of Deacon Willie, sending it immediately. Moving himself up into second with Deacon Willie and Keenan Duplessis already having a go at it. Keenan Duplessis going down the inside of Deacon Willie down in Thunderdome. Up we go, uphill into the pipeline or grandstand, I believe is what they call this. Willie leading the Gura leading the way with Ruan Victor already going to try and go down the inside into Kangaroo. No, yes, he is going to go, but he's not going to get good run uphill now into pipeline. Victor already trying to catch onto the back of Nagura. Nagura getting a good start. Willie, the biggest loser in the start of this race. Willie going down 2 places. Keenan Duplessis moving himself up into 3rd place. My word, a lot of stress getting to the start of this race, but I'm just happy we managed to sort it out. And we are go. Max Boshoff now moving himself up into 4th place. Willie losing another position there. Willie is going to have to settle down and get into the swing of things. See, oops, as I go away from that, Boshoff and Willie is going to have a battle now. Downhill we go into the Kangaroo. Willie sending it down the inside. Boshoff's going to try and do a cutback. No, he's not going to be able to secure himself anything there. And as I say that, Willie having a very bad exit out of Kangaroo and losing more positions. But we want to go back to the battle up front. Willie is going to lose away, but now we've got Victor, Duplessis and Nagura, 3-way battle. Duplessis is very keen to move himself up a position here. Into the first corner we go, down into the S's. And then into Thunderdome. What a tricky section this is. Very bumpy through there. With the minis you can deal with it, but you don't want to be running through there with your senior carts. Bump drafting now is Duplessis on Victor. Victor is going to give Nagura a love tap there and send him off into the bus. And then down the inside we go. Nope, he's not going to go down. Ooh, just a little bit of a love tap there on Victor is Duplessis. Duplessis moving himself up into 1st place. With the 255 of Jake Stain parked on the side there, unfortunately. Jake Stain needs to retire. He's celebrating his parking of the cart. Nagura did lose quite a lot of positions there, but look at Keenan Duplessis now breaking away from the pack of excuse me, after that little bit of a bump between Victor and Duplessis. Oh, we've got Victor now in 3rd place with Boshoff in 4th, and then also retired from the race is Deacon Willie having a bit of a moment. On board with, or following Max Boshoff, who's got a nose cone penalty. We can see that. Pushback nose cone there of that Gazoo cart by Boshoff. That Gazoo cart looks very second-hand at the moment, but it pretty much in pristine condition. Is Duplessis leading the way into the first corner. He goes now, lap 5 of 8 done. And Nagura in 2nd place. See, there's a battle happening between Alexander Prizovic and Sebastian Ferreira now. Ferreira getting a good exit out of turn 1. Going to go downhill. He's going to try and send it to Thunderdome. Yes, he is. Side by side we go through Thunderdome. You don't want to be doing that. Excuse me. Running wide is Prizovic. Promoting Ferreira now up into 5th place. But Prizovic is not done with this. He's going to send it down into Kangaroo. He goes pushing Ferreira a little bit wide. But as we know, the tow on this MINIMAX carts are insane. Running wide into pipeline is Prizovic, and now promoting. Oops, as I say that, these guys are still bumping. They both survived there. Hockey stick we go. 2 different lines. They're a lot more aggressive from Prizovic. Ferreira knows the lines around there is not having any issues as it stands. Ferreira moving through and seems like he's breaking away there from Prizovic. But just a little bit. Boshoff in 4th place with Ruan Victor in 3rd. This is only the pre-final though, so not much to play for as it stands. See, Antunes is driving without a nose cone. That's a technical non-compliance. He is supposed to park his cart. He'll get a disqualification from the P-final in any case. We're going to go back to that fight up in the mid-pack by Pricevic and Ferreira. Pricevic is trying to hunt down Ferreira and pass him once more. Two more laps to go in this pre-final. Pricevic and Ferreira still having a go at it. Into Thunderdome we go once more. And now uphill, Pricevic's going to have a proper tow up here. And he's going to get a tow all the way into the grandstand. Oop, now Ferreira going a little bit defensive, but Pricevic already got his cart on the inside. Going to go into the inside in Kangaroo with Ferreira going on potentially a cutback, but not good enough there. It's going to come down into Pipeline now once more. And now going side by side again into Hockey Stick, these two. Ferreira got the inside line. Ooh, bumping and bumping and bumping. Not ideal. Just avoiding them is Aaron Mason there. But we're going to go back to the leader who's finishing his final lap. Keenan du Plessis leading the way. Du Plessis going into the Pipeline for the final time in the pre-final. And into the Hockey Stick once more. So starting on pole in the final will be Keenan du Plessis, with Ashai Nagura in second place, and then Ruan Victor will secure himself third place starting position, and then Max Boshoff in fourth, with Ferreira in fifth place, and then Aaron Mason just behind him in sixth place, and then Alexander Pricevic will finish in seventh, and then Santiago Freid with his Kart Republic will be in 8th place. And then retired from the race is Diego Antunes, Deacon Willifeer, Jake Stein, and Matteo Mason. Matteo Mason unfortunately retiring quite early in the race there. Oh, no idea why Ferreira would be driving the wrong way around, so we'll just quickly have a look at the results there once more of the pre-final. Keenan du Plessis, then Ashai Nagura with a 1 second penalty as well. Ruan Victor in third, and Max Boshoff in fourth, and a whole bunch of penalties behind them. Ferreira, Mason, Aaron Mason, that is, Pricevic, Santiago Freid, that is the top 8, and then retired carts. And starting in 9th will be Diego Antunes, Deacon Willifeer in 10th, Jake Stein in 11th, and Matteo Mason will have to fight his way back, or all the way from the back of the pack. And we will then go straight into the final. Whoops, there's a cart rolling. Has he just retired himself? No, he hasn't. Okay, interesting. Amazing how Nagura got away with that. We'll just leave the overlay open so we can just see if anybody gets to retire. Or jumpstart rather, we'll keep it like that. What a stressful start to this evening. Unfortunately, I've been having issues with the cameras. I didn't want to work, but I managed to figure it out by installing a different overlay program and finding the dormant file. So luckily we got it to work. We almost had to cancel the stream. Luckily we figured that out, and we can watch these juniors in action. 1 minute to go before the start of this pre-final, or final rather. 11 lap final. Shout out to our sponsors, Logitech G South Africa, for sponsoring in online karting league as always. We're going to go into the start sequence immediately, so we'll say a thanks to the sponsors in just a minute. Alright, lights out and away we go. Keenan du Plessis seems like he's got a better pull away there than Nagura. Ruan Victor immediately coming down the inside into the first corner is going to move himself up a position. So that's what happened to Deacon Willifeer in the pre-final as well. So now we've got Victor moving himself up. Nagura now is going to have to make a fight back here. And now we got uphill Nagura immediately tucking. Ooh, Mason getting a bit of a push on the back there. That's Matteo Mason, that is. Victor in second. Ferreira's up into 4th place now. Max Bosov losing a position on the start. And down inside goes Ferreira with a late lunge. Oh, that's a little bit late there. Juan Victor bogging it out into the Kangaroo. Losing a lot of momentum and opening up the door for just about everybody on the grid to pass Juan Victor. Oh, and then Mason clipping Ferreira there, spinning him out, which will definitely be reviewed, I'm assuming, by the stewards. Chaotic first lap. We've got Bosov moving himself up into 3rd place after losing a couple positions and then gaining it back on the lap. Nagura back into 2nd place. Keenan du Plessis keeping his nose clean and moving away from the pack immediately. Bosov now all over the back of Nagura. Absolutely chaotic start to the races. Down inside into Pipeline or the Grandstand we go with Bosov moving up into 2nd, but Nagura is not going to let go of that one at all. He's going to send it down the inside, running wide and opening the door for 2 guys to move back in. That's Bosov and Victor. Victor now going up a position. Nagura losing 2 positions there after sending it down the inside. And a wise cut back there by Bosov, who's now being hunted and potentially attacked there by Juan Victor, taking a different line into Hockey Stick. Victor also want to come back and have a fight. 3-way battle for 2nd place at the moment. Last 2 podium spots on the offer, with du Plessis almost 2 seconds away. Keenan du Plessis moving up and putting a good fight up so far. Down the inside into Grandstand we go. That is Victor moving up into 2nd. Bosov going to try and come back at him into Kangaroo. Victor leaving all the spots or position, or what am I saying, space open on the track. Victor now trying to fight back. Bosov into 2nd place. Into Hockey Stick we go. Different lines and Bosov not defensive enough there. Juan Victor sends it down the inside, making Bosov go wide into the exit of Hockey Stick and spinning out there a little bit. So now it's the battle between Nagura and Victor. Nagura is going to have a good run uphill now onto the back of Juan Victor. Look at that toe. The toe is insane. Victor versus Nagura. Both of them taking the normal line around Kangaroo. Or the wider line, rather. Nagura's now just going to tuck in behind him and get into the toe. These two should really be working together to catch du Plessis, who's been breaking away, really. This is the first lap where there's no fight. So 1.9 seconds is the gap. But let's see if they manage to caught up just a little bit. 1.3 is the gap, so the pace is with Juan Victor and Ashai Nagura. They will be able to catch if they just continue working together. We're just about halfway with this race, so they shouldn't fight. Rather give him a little bit of a bump draft uphill. There we go, we see Nagura just bumping him on the back there. Victor is getting defensive though, not ideal, so these two will end up fighting instead of trying to catch du Plessis. Into Kangaroo we go once more. Just keep an eye on what's happening just behind him. If I can just find my mouse. There we go. And Tunes and Bosov having a fight there with Pricevic getting involved here as well. Nice little 3-way battle there. And Tunes trying to keep his nose clean. And all these guys are just trying to fight. 1.5 seconds the gap to 1st and 2nd now. So 2/10 gained. So advantage du Plessis once more. See what's happening. Ferreira and Mason has retired, and Matteo Mason just driving on his own there. And then Santiago Freid here behind him, and then Deacon Olivier also just behind everybody. The 3-way battle happening up front, or just in front of him. Is he going to catch onto the back of these guys having a proper go at it? And Tunes in front of Pricevic, with Max Bosov just in front of them. But it seems like all of them's got time penalties, and Alexander Pricevic is in front of both of these guys due to time penalties. Am I correct in saying that? Let's just have a quick look at what happens when they cross the line. Yeah, so Bosov and Antunes got time penalties. Pricevic pretty much just has to sit here if he wants to get 4th place. It does seem like Keenan du Plessis had a bit of a moment up front, because now the gap has gone down. It says 1.3, but that's definitely just below a second, I think. So Keenan du Plessis now under threat by Ruan Victor and Ashai Nagura, not fighting at all. They just pushing. And look at this. We've got these two boys now catching onto the back of Du Plessis. And we've got drivers from 3 different regions. Du Plessis, Gauteng, Ruan Victor, Cape Town, and then the PE Boyki would be Ashai Nagura. So this interesting stuff happening here. 3 different provinces, Western Cape, Gauteng, and Eastern Cape. So this, and they are racing in KZN, so we're all over the show. Ooh, pushing wide there is Nagura on Victor, but they are still catching. They should be almost in the toe of Du Plessis now. Nagura now moved up into 2nd place. Victor is not letting that go. He's coming straight back at him into Kangaroo. He moves himself up into 2nd place once more. But look how close they are to Du Plessis now. Du Plessis is under all kinds of pressure now. 4/10 is the gap. Heavy. Into hockey stick we go once more. And now we go uphill to start lap 9 of 11. So 2 more laps to go basically. Du Plessis versus Victor versus Nagura. Into Thunderdome we go once more. And this is as close as it will get. 3-way battle between these boys. Look at Nagura using the tuck function there to maximize his pace and tow up the hill. Oh, into grandstand. Ruan Victor not aware of Nagura on his inside. Turns into him, it seems like it. Something that will probably be requested to be reviewed. Not losing out too much though. He is close enough to continue fighting for it. But now it's Nagura versus Du Plessis. This battle will start, which will allow Victor to come back at them and have another go at it. Oh, down inside into hockey stick we go. Cut back there by Du Plessis, pushing Nagura wide. Amazing battling by these kids. They are all over it. You would never say that these are drivers below the age of 12 years old, 12 and below. With Ruan Victor, I believe, is 8 or 9 years old. So these kids are mega young and so fast in the simulators. It's amazing to witness. Lap 10 of 11. We're almost done. Start of the final lap. Almost here. And this is it. Going into defensive mode is Keenan Du Plessis now starting to feel it. Opening the door is Ruan Victor. Is going to send it down the inside of Nagura. There he's going to try and cut back into it. But he won't. Nagura's got the inside line covered off there. Ooh, Nagura having a moment into pipeline. Tucking, trying to stay into that toe of Du Plessis. Here we go. Hockey stick for the second last time. Nagura's got a much more aggressive entry into that corner. Ooh, bumping between these two. And now we go 3 wide into first corner. 2 dogs fighting over a bone. And the third one walking away with it. Ruan Victor, ever the opportunist. Sending it down the inside into turn 1. Moving himself up into first place. Now it's all about what will Du Plessis be able to do. Well, Nagura's not letting go of this. Nagura's going to send it down the inside as well. Into grandstand we go. For the last time, Nagura's going to send it down the inside. Moving himself up into second place once more. Victor's going to go very defensive. Nagura's going to try and send it. That's a bit naughty there by Nagura, really. Nagura clipping the inside or the tire of Victor, making him lose 2 positions there. So Victor's the biggest loser in that scenario, unfortunately. Nagura's going to cross the line in in first place, pending, definitely pending a incident review. Then Du Plessis in second place, with Ruan Victor in 5th. Unfortunately, Diego and Tunes once more moving himself up into a podium position by just keeping that kart clean and on the track. Amazing there by Antunes. Another podium. Max Bosov in 4th. Victor in 5th. Santiago Freyd in 6th place. Deacon Willifeed in 7th. Alexander Prizovic in 8th place. No nose cone, so that should be a penalty or a disqualification, depending on where that nose cone fell off. And then Matteo Mason lonely raced at the back in 9th place. And then Jake Stein will finish in 10th with 2 retired karts. Aaron Mason that is, and Sebastian Ferreira. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That was a good race. It was a late start to the race because we had so many issues, unfortunately, but we managed to finish and get the stream going. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'd just like to give a big shout out to our sponsors into ESO Consulting Group, Against All Odds Esports, then Logitech G South Africa, and then just our final sponsors. My brain is absolutely not braining tonight, and that would be Sema Racing, CDC Solutions, Thank you everybody for getting involved with Online Karting League. This is the South African leg, the one that is backed by Motorsport South Africa. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in an hour's time for the Seniors Division. Thank you once more, and we will tune in an hour. Grab your coffee, grab your beers, grab your popcorn, because that promises to be a very, very exciting race. We will